spot. Hey guys, it's me, Mario. I'm just drinking some milk to calm my nerves. This glass is like half full, so. Okay. I was a little nervous going in today. Don't know why, but I am not sick anymore, which is amazing. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Today, we're going to be continuing Beast Quest. Claw the Giant Monkey. How are you all doing today? Hope you're doing well. I'm out of milk. It's probably for the best. I love milk. I like a lot of things. Oh well. Ordeal in the river. Tom felt himself being dragged under the surface. The water was cold and the current strong. He could sense Storm panicking and thrashing his legs. With a lunge, Tom grabbed hold of the stallion's reins. Half blinded and choking, he somehow broke the surface of the river. Throw my sword, he shouted to Elena. The heavy sword flew through the air and plunged into the water beside him. Storm kicked wildly with a mighty effort. Oh, excuse me. Tom reached out and grabbed hold of the hilt before the sword sank out of sight. His lungs were burning as he stabbed his sword into the riverbank. With all his might, he held on. The power of the current and Storm's weight almost dragged Tom away. But he kept his grip on the sword, and the blade held fast in the ground. "Tom!" Elena called, running to the edge of the river and holding out her hand. He kicked hard and felt solid ground just in front of him. His feet slithered through the mud and the water sucked at his legs. And grunting with the effort, Tom grabbed Elena's outstretched hand. Then he swung himself on to the bank and collapsed on the grass, Ponce-soaked leather reins gripped in his other fist. But the horse was still struggling in the wild water, his hoofs flailing. "Pull with me, Elena," Tom shouted. Silver ran up and down the bank, barking and whining. As Elena put her arms around Tom's waist, together they tried to drag Storm closer to the bank. But it was no good. "Come on, Storm," Tom urged. His legs were trembling with exhaustion as he fell to his knees and gazed at the stallion. Storm's eyes were wide and scared as the water rushed past him. But he was beginning to lose the battle. "Steady," Tom murmured, almost as if he were talking to himself. Stay calm, stay calm." He repeated the words over and over again, clicking his tongue, and gradually Storm's terrified eyes focused on him again. Then, one step at a time, the stallion heaved himself through the water at last. With a final huge effort, he scrambled onto the riverbank. Tom threw his arms around his horse. "Well done, Storm," he gasped, burying his face in the stallion's damp neck. He could feel himself grinning. "You did it, boy." Helena fell on Storm's neck and hugged the stallion fiercely. "Oh, Storm," she murmured. "I thought we'd lost you." Snorting and blowing, Storm quietened. He nuzzled Tom gently as Elena rushed to collect long grasses to dry the horse's flanks. They needed to get him dry and warm as quickly as possible. As Tom unsaddled Storm and rubbed him with the grass, Elena lit a campfire. Then Tom draped a blanket around the exhausted stallion. Storm weighed on his feet, as if he were too tired to stand up for much longer. Then he sank gently to the ground beside the fire. Quickly, Tom stripped off his wet clothes and wrapped himself in another blanket. His clothes would dry overnight beside the flames. Meanwhile, Silver brought Elena a rabbit he had caught on the riverbank. "Is the feast to your liking?" Tom joked, offering Elena a piece of bread and cheese as the rabbit roasted in the embers of the fire. Elena tore into the bread. "It'll do," she said between mouthfuls and smiled. Later, Tom and Elena ate the rabbit beside the crackling fire. The rushing sound of water was comforting now. "Let's hope we don't have any more water challenges for a while," Elena sighed. Tom lay back and stared at the night sky overhead. It was dotted with bright stars, and the moon was almost full. His thoughts drifted to his father, Taladon, who had once undertaken a beast quest of his own. He wondered where he was now. Then he realized that at this moment, Elena, Storm, and Silver was the closest thing to a family that he had. He never wanted to risk losing any of them again. And that was chapter 2. Let me... There we go. Here's Tom finding his sword under the water. And here's Silver getting out of the river. The raging river. And that was chapter 2. Next up is chapter 3, Into the Dark Jungle. This went better than expected. I was a little nervous, but I drank some milk and there was a little drop left. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. These videos go by too fast. For me, at least. I kinda go into a zone while I read, so maybe that's why it's going fast for me. For you, it's about 12 minutes. For me, it's like 3. So, hope you guys enjoyed my read through Beast Quest, and I hope you check out the other one. I have a playlist on my channel. It's just look at my playlists. I think it's like the 2nd or 3rd tab when you go onto my channel. It's all the playlists that I've made. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the Beast Quest series. Alright. Hope you subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all next week. Hopefully. Right. Bye bye for now.